I went and I used the longer of the two to secure the base to the steering wheel adapter just because I felt it was more secure. Maybe I'm just crazy, which is also possibly true, but it may work out. Nissan R34 Skyline. Today we're going to be going over the steps it takes to be able to take off your factory steering wheel and your airbag and then install these aftermarket components: steering wheel adapter, quick release adapter, aftermarket steering wheel. Also going to be going over the tools that you need to be able to do this, and there's also even going to be free tools that you can use to be able to do this build. To be able to find out what those are, you got to watch the rest of the video. Before we jump into the tools, let's talk about these products. Now, first things first, I do want to shout out to Bridgemoto. They've been a fantastic sponsor for the last couple of years. Alan and Rachel Newsom down in Georgia, you guys are amazing. I look forward to working with you for the future. If you guys aren't familiar with Bridgemoto, make sure to check them out. They have fantastic safety equipment that include toe straps and wheel straps to be able to keep your vehicle secure while you're transporting it or having to get towed off track. So go check them out, Bridgemoto, on all forms of social media and bridgemoto.com. Going over the one that we're going to be using is the Fury Kai steering wheel. It's a suede steering wheel. It's got a leather center line indicator. It also has yellow stitching in here. Being that it is a dish wheel, you also have the ability to have this nice laser engraving, and then it has your standard 6-bolt pattern for you to be able to use any kind of adapter, which let's jump into those. Now, these adapters, both the quick release and the steering wheel adapter specifically for this car, are from NST, Nonstop Tuning. They're a company I haven't dealt with before. However, my friend Alex Licklater, Formula Drift Pro Spec driver, brought me onto them, showed me some of their stuff, so I decided to give them a chance. One thing we want to be able to go over now, I know you guys are thinking, oh, well, you got a blue anodized quick release, but you got a red steering wheel. Yeah, well, once you guys see the livery, as this car is going to progress, trust me, it's all going to make sense. One thing I'm going to kind of show you guys, so you can see too well, is that on the adapter, it's keywayed here with a half moon shape and then a flat surface. And then over here, you got these little gates. Really cool that these gates grab on the side of the adapter that bolts to the steering wheel adapter. I'll show you guys. Other manufacturers seem to use ball bearings, and then you're always using that searching for the center technique. This one seems a little bit more effective, and I like that it's keywayed, so you really can only put this on one way. Like, it ain't, round peg, square hole. Definitely not the way your mama taught you. I like that the way this is put together. It's super lightweight. Again, being all aluminum. Definitely a product you guys may want to check out if you're in the market for a quick release adapter. They've got a bunch of colors. Again, we went with the blue anodized and the black base. Pick what works for you. They've also got black on black if you want to stay simple. No issues there, but definitely I'm really excited to use this. And one of the cool things, remember we talked about free tools for this. Part of the free tools that you get is when you order these products from Nonstop Tuning, not only do they come with the hardware, the Allen head bolts, they also come with the Allen key tool to be able to fit, or hex key, to be able to fit into the bolts that go with thread in here, so you don't have to worry about buying Allen keys and then trying to figure out the size based on the bolts they give you. Pretty cool customer service thing, making ease of install, and just one less thing for the consumer having to buy. So again, thank you so much, Nonstop Tuning, for including that. And then finally, the base of everything, the steering wheel adapter. Now, while this product and this product is universal, they can be used with almost any kind of adapter, this is vehicle specific. So you want to be able to make sure that when you're ordering from Nonstop Tuning, that you want to be able to let them know what year, make, and model you have when you order, to be able to eliminate any kind of confusion. If you don't know the part number, that's okay, but you have to at least know your year, make, and model, and the customer service team, the sales support team, they help me out, they'll help you guys out too. One other thing I noticed when unboxing this from NST is, if you've seen a lot of steering wheel adapters from other companies, regardless of where you got them from, they all normally look the same. They're about the same color. They've got the adapter ring to be able to go on the clock spring, and then also working with the horn. You've got your adapter pieces here, already terminated plugs, which is pretty cool. Everything is grounded out, and then obviously your 6-bolt pattern here to mate up to either your steering wheel, or if you're using a quick release. One thing that definitely jumped out at me, I haven't noticed, this is something that's currently being done by other companies, is if you guys see, they have 2 other holes here that are threaded. Now, while that's not really going to be necessary when you guys are installing it, that is a really cool tool to help you pull this adapter off if you ever wanted to use another adapter, or just be able to get this setup off and then put this factory setup on. Some of your lower quality adapters, I'm pretty sure won't come with that, and then you're going to be trying to grab back here at the base if you were to ever try to want to remove it from your setup, whatever you've got. So again, that is just something that caught my eye. I mean, I don't know if that's something that they're doing or not, but again, something I really wanted to touch on. Again, including the tools, being able to have these for ease of use, for flexibility of use. Shout out to Nonstop Tooting for doing that. Thank you so much for getting these products here super quick as well. Another USA-based company. Let's jump into it. Let's go over, start talking about the procedures step by step. All right, so first things first, you pop your hood. That's a pretty low-level task. Anybody can do that. You want to be able to make sure you disconnect the positive terminal of your battery. This is a universal step in all airbag removal, regardless year, make, model, vehicle type. The reason is you don't want to be able to have any current going through the system when you're fiddling around with the electronics. Most manufacturers recommend you disconnect the battery at least 15 to 30 minutes before attempting to mess with the airbag system. If you decide not to do that, you prove to have a very good chance to meet Sky Daddy a lot sooner than you were planning on. So now that this is done, let's jump inside the car. So here we are inside the car. We've got the steering wheel, we've got the battery undone, so we're ready to start rocking and rolling. I'm gonna go step by step on what tools you're gonna want to use just to make sure you guys can keep a proper inventory. So first things first, though, get yourself a pocket screwdriver. Here we got a little pocket pry bar. You can use a regular length screwdriver if you want to, but this is just a little bit easier. There's going to be a panel right here on the side of the wheel. Take your pocket screwdriver or whatever you have, lightly pry. It's plastic and it's probably at least 25 years old if you're working on something like this. So you want to make sure you don't break it, because if you put all this stuff back together, there is a good chance that either you want to use it in the future because you want to take your vehicle back to stock, or you want to be able to resell it because there is a market for used Japanese parts online, regardless of what you use. That is a T30 tamper proof. So, showing you guys what I did, because again, I'm trying to work with what I've got instead of having to buy more stuff. I went and I found a T30 tamper proof. Woo, it's got a little hole in it. Beep, beep. Excuse me, sir. I need to take you off. Beep, 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 beep. All right, that thing is more mangled up. And okay, so that's the other thing too. The reason why I use an impact is they put these factory Loctite on these. So if you use a hand ratchet, there is a chance that you may strip out. And I don't know, it's kind of hard to see without the light. They definitely have been working on this thing like a dog on a chew toy. So nice thing is, rotate this around, give it the old English, a little bit of muscle. Oh, hey, what's that? The same exact thing on the other side. Just try your best. Or if you don't care, just go in there with a hammer and have at her. So we got another one. You guys can see right there. And 1, 2, 3. Sweet. Awesome. T30, both sides, 2 of them. And got some clips here. Again, if you've got your little screwdriver, best bet since they're already in there, just go ahead and disconnect them, push in, lift up, some standard connectors. All right, check the other side since I'm a big dummy and I didn't think about that. Oh, hey, what do you know? Another connector on this side. Push in, push down, just as easy, guys, nothing broken, nothing. All right, with everything out, the airbag should just slide out like a muffin out of a freshly cooked tin. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Even though we took the cover off of the airbag, as you guys can see a little bit more in here, plug directly in there. Cord goes all the way down in there, attached at the base. It does help us pull that out of there. 19mm socket. I'm suggesting to use a deep well just to be able to give you some offset sizing. Again, the 19mm socket is actually very, very common across most passenger car steering wheels for Nissan, possibly even in some of the SUVs. So we're using a chrome here on an impact because we don't like to follow all the rules, but use at your own discretion. Be smart if you're using this. I have health insurance, so I'm going to try to take advantage of that if I can. Let's rip it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy with an impact, guys. And this is the part of the show, boys and girls, that we see who has been paying attention. Who remembers in the beginning when we talked about the steering wheel adapter and how I was like, man, that's so nifty that they've got those little itty bitty holes with the threading on the side to be able to help remove this steering wheel adapter. Gosh, Chris, I wonder how the factory steering wheel comes off. Well, I don't know, boys and girls. How about these awesome threaded pieces right here? The reason I'm saying this is so cool and really, really awesome is when you have steering wheel pullers, flange style pullers, bolt pullers, anything like that, you do run the risk of not having these threaded holes. The fact that that securely mounts the puller to the steering wheel, or really whatever you're pulling it from, when you can thread all the way down to the base, make sure your footing is secure before you start exerting force. That's also why I've got the impact here, because you're going to be going quick, fast, and in a hurry with that. With a breaker bar or even a large ratchet, you're going to be able to go a little bit slower and be able to watch it come off. The big reason that I'm using the impact is I've got it, so why not use it? Now, today we're going to be using MST 511C from Matco Tools steering wheel service kit with multiple adapters to be able to work with multiple different types of steering wheels and puller style attachments to be able to work with that as well. If you don't have a steering wheel puller tool, you do not have to go out and buy one. A lot of your major auto store chains do offer free loan a tool service. By me, there's an Advance and an AutoZone. So there's two things I want to show you guys after we got the steering wheel off. It was very uneventful. Wanted to make sure that if you are using a puller of that type and you're not just wrestling the wheel off, you want to be able to keep the nut on a couple of turns on this actual stud. The reason being is that regardless of what kind of puller you use, there's a chance you could mushroom this bad boy, and then at that point you could possibly ruin the couple of threads. You couldn't get the nut back on, which really would turn into a big bad day, because then you have to replace the whole steering shaft. Your 5-minute job is going to turn into a 5-day job. You're going to lose all of your money in this project. Your kids are going to hate you. Your wife's going to leave you. It's just for protection, make sure you put that nut on. Also, to get the clock spring out, since we're not going to be using any airbag, there's a couple of retaining Phillips head screws behind this cover, but if you go to try to yank this cover off, you're going to find that there's 5 screws underneath that are also Phillips head that are keeping this clamshell on. We already took those off, so let's see. Slowly go over the lock cylinder. That's okay, that popped out. Oh my goodness! Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't break anything. As you can see, we've got the surround back on. These are the screws that held it in. They're also the same screws that hold in the clock spring, which we have right here, to the base of the steering wheel mount. So if you lose any of the screws, if anything falls out, you can reuse these, because obviously we're not going to be needing to mount anything else. We've got the hub lined up. Fun fact, if you already took the steering wheel off and you went to go put the hub back on to be able to try to line it up like your adapter and your quick release and your steering wheel are going to be to keep the wheel straight, but you did like I did and you didn't set the wheel straight first to begin with, you can still take this off, put your old steering wheel back on without having to tighten it down, make sure it's on those threads, and then turn it into the position. Because there's nothing more annoying than going through all of this work and then your steering wheel sits like this when you're trying to go straight. So, got the mount on. We're going to send this thing home. Alright, and we're back. Okay, so, went and got the NST base attached to the steering wheel adapter. Really awesome thing is, like I said, they came with the Allen keys and the Allen bolts to be able to do this. I tightened them down in a star pattern as you would to be able to make sure they're tight. I did not use blue Loctite on this. Reason being is I've had bad experiences with Loctite in the past, and Allen keys, once you strip the heads on these, it's really a pain in the butt to extract them without breaking other stuff. Plus, I didn't have to worry about scratching up anything. Again, hand tighten, give it a little bit extra English, you should be good to go. Same thing with the steering wheel. Because they gave us 2 Allen keys for this, it was awesome because the bolts that came with the Fury Kai wheel were a different head size than the ones I used to attach the base, but the other Allen key fit perfectly. So again, you don't have to buy any tools to be able to attach these Allen keys. Same thing, star pattern, gave it a little bit extra English, no Loctite. The bolt heads, I don't know if you guys can see, the bolt heads clear, Mr. Clicky Clicky, so that's even better. Got our nice little gate action, obviously, everything works perfectly. heads up on like that, and perfect. And then just to make sure, oh, I need to be able to go get some groceries. Better take my steering wheel with me. So in a nutshell, that's how we put all this together. I hope you guys found this video informative. If you want to see more videos of me working on dumb stuff like this and trying to be able to go as in-depth as possible, let me know. I'll be able to keep it going. Drop a comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you can to be able to keep this channel going. I'll see you on the next build, guys. Toodaloo.